Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. The first hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com. Now, here is your host, Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy, Johnny Radio. Gabe Coons in the house with me. We got a great show for you today. Alex Coons going to join us at 2 o'clock. We'll talk everything Big Ten, name, image, likeness, fun stuff, all kinds of things like that. At 1:30, I have Lynn St. James. That's right. We're going to talk about the Play Like a Girl initiative. There's a race in downtown Nashville that Lynn is co-chairing. It's the inaugural Women with Drive Summit. It's the kickoff. The Big Machine Music City Grand Prix. It's an IndyCar race in downtown Nashville, August 5th through 8th. We're going to talk about that. We'll talk about what the proceeds do and just, all kinds of fun stuff. That's at 1:30. Hardenwood at 2:30. Holy cow. Hardenwood is going to be good today, Gabe. It's going to be very, very strong. By the way, did you know Saturday's National Pina Colada Day?
I did not. Might have to have a pina colada. I haven't had one in a while.
I have not had a pina colada in a long, long time, but if it's National Pina Colada Day, dadgummit, I'm going to make sure I enjoy it.
National Pina Colada Day on the same day as UFC 264.
Oh, yes. Conor McGregor, my man Dustin Poirier, and I will tell you, if you go to my Twitter account, at Johnny_radio, because I can't say what Conor McGregor tweeted today, but if you want to go read some of the funniest trash talk in the history of the world, go check out my Twitter, at Johnny_radio. I retweeted what Conor McGregor woke up this morning and decided to send to Dustin Poirier. And he did get his, I just have to say this, he brought his wife into it.
So what happened was
Conor
McGregor posted a video of a screen sort of grab that he had of Dustin Poirier's wife, Jolie Poirier, wanting to send him a message on Instagram. And it escalated, let's just say it escalated
into a place that I would probably take it.
Quickly from there.
Yes. In fact, he went ahead and he showed the screen grab of her wanting to message him. And then he told Dustin why his wife was messaging him. And it was the greatest trash talk ever. Oh, we're going to talk about the fight today. We're going to talk also about Ben Roethlisberger. Do you know TikTok is very powerful, Gabe? Do you know how powerful TikTok is? It is now has a user out there who can claim that he has uncovered the secret to predict every single Ben Roethlisberger snap. If he's going to throw the ball from the shotgun or he's going to hand it off. He says all you have to do is look at his left foot. When he's going to throw it, he has his left foot, his back heel off the ground and his toe barely touching it. When he's handing off, it's planted firmly into the grass. Guess what? People have gone out there to try to prove the dude wrong on TikTok. They've dropped over 100 videos. He's hit every single one of them right. And guess what? Every time Ben Roethlisberger throws a pass, he picks up that left foot a little bit. You think teams are going to be paying attention to that? Maybe this will help Big Ben next year. Maybe that's why they started 11-0 and finished, 12-4? Big Ben. You might want to thank this guy on TikTok. Plus, the Bucks, man. We got to talk about this series. Giannis is out there doing what I would call MVP level things, bro. Like, he played awesome, but they're still down 0-2 and lost 2 games by double digits. And he doesn't have any help. He just does not have any help. He was 42-12 last night. He even hit 11-18 from the foul line. The Bucks got their brains beat out. It's pretty bad. Holiday does not look great. Yes, he got the over for us. By the way, do you know we missed that parlay yesterday by one person, and that was Ayton not scoring?
How depressing is it that you get 42? What was the final?
42-12.
42, 12, and 4. Also, he had 4 assists, and he had some blocks. And it was all just to keep your team within 10 points, basically.
Yes.
That's depressing.
It was very, very depressing, I would think, for him. By the way, I called this last week, and I just want people out there to give me my credit. I want my cred. Did I tell y'all that Drake ain't showing up to see Bronny? Did I tell y'all that all that video of Drake and all those people showing up to Sierra Canyon High School, they said they were there to watch Bronny? Nope. They were there to see Amari Bailey's mother. Do you know how I know this? Because guess where Amari Bailey's mother was yesterday, Gabe Kuhn? On a date with Drake.
Ooh.
Guess how? Guess how? Like this is like.
Where were they on a date at?
This is called me being jealous as hell.
Where were they on a date at?
This loser rented out the whole Dodger Stadium, and they had a white cloth dinner with a personal chef, and a personal bartender in the third.
You
base
cannot
dugout.
hide money. My gosh,
dude. Amari Bailey, your mother is fine. By the way, she's an Instagram model, and what did I say the new supermodels were? Instagram models, yo. By the way, you know Fashion Week's going on in Paris this week. Found out that's why Little Baby and my kinfolk James Harden are over there. Well, as of this morning, did you see the situation that has unfolded? Little Baby, let me double check to make sure because there could be a new post. But Little Baby wasn't out of jail quite yet. He still had to pay his fine. James Harden was released. Now the authorities said that they did. The reason they got searched is because they pulled over their van with a couple other friends. They found 20 grams of marijuana, and they said when they opened up the door, it was like Cheech and Chong's car up in smoke, dude. Just pot was just billowing out of the vehicle.
I heard 20 grams.
It's not that much.
That's what they found.
It's not that much. I mean, that's just under 3/4.
But it's illegal.
Grams.
It's illegal.
See, which is interesting to me. I would think anything under an Oscar should be considered just personal.
What's an Oscar?
An ounce.
Oh, okay.
You know.
An Oscar.
Yeah, 28 grams. This is mathematics we're doing here. Just trying to explain.
I just wonder how you know those.
I'm converting ounces to grams, friend.
How do you know those?
I went to college.
Oh, nice.
I studied math.
Good to know. Also, we're going to talk about this. Deshaun Watson and Justin Fields met together yesterday and had a field day. We're practicing together.
Can I just say this? Justin, I got some advice for you. Don't hang out with Deshaun Watson.
They have the same agent.
I know they have the same agent, but still, that agent should be like, hey, do me a favor. I'm also your agent.
It's just interesting because I feel like people think that Deshaun Watson's just dug himself into a cave somewhere. Deshaun Watson's still practicing football.
No, yeah, he wants to play. He wants to get paid.
He sure does.
By the way, I just found out the facts. Are you ready for them? Little Baby is out of jail. Lil Baby is out of prison. He paid a fine. A couple other of his buddies went to prison with him. James Harden was sent on his own little way. So I have to feel like this. Since James Harden is a hoopster, Lil Baby is a rapper. The other guys that work for Lil Baby or their buddies, they probably don't have lucrative contracts like James Harden. He could probably take a little heat getting arrested for pot in Paris. Do you think they cop the weed for Harden? 901-360-8255.
What do you mean they think they cop the weed?
Just said all of it's all mine. This guy right here, remember when he said James Harden's proud of me? Lil Baby said James Harden's proud of me.
Right.
Dude, do you think he said, yo, James Harden, I'm proud of you. You got to get that ring. I'm going to cop the weed. Doesn't really matter. It's not going to hurt his career.
Probably. Or was it just his?
See, I don't think that any.
They might have been sharing.
I was going to say, if me and you were in Paris and we got caught with 20 grams of weed, I would be like,
either one of us goes down or both of us go down.
That's true. So
Let's
I would
choose
make
one.
sure you went down and I was okay.
Right.
I'd be like, Gabe, cop this weed for me, brother.
Also, we have a lot of NBA coaching hires going on.
Yeah,
right
we
this
do.
Second. Jamal Mosley, they're finalizing a contract for him to be the next Orlando Magic head coach, and that he has paid his dues, man.
Yeah,
14 years as an NBA assistant with the Mavs, with the Cavs, with the Nuggets, and he's finally getting his first head coaching job. Also, the Brooklyn Nets are going to hire David Vanterpool as their assistant coach, former guy who's been in the league forever, been around the NBA for a long, long time. Also, Kenny Atkinson will be the lead assistant for the Warriors. Steve Kerr made that decision. Lot of NBA coaches getting new jobs.
Lots of coaches getting new jobs. It's Pina Colada Day tomorrow. We got Ben Roethlisberger news. We're going to talk some basketball. We got fans, by the way. Did you see Rory McIlroy in the Scottish Open? Did you see the fan creep up on him and steal his club and his golf bag?
I have a lot of questions about that. One,
where's security?
Where's security? Two, when he got it, how come none of his team decided to go throw a haymaker on that guy?
30 seconds of just straight awkwardness.
He was swinging it.
Dude, it was so weird.
Why did they not do anything about it?
Dude, I do have to say, though, did you hear John Rahm's explanation at the end? He goes, we didn't say anything because we could smell so much vodka on that man. We didn't know how inebriated he was. He said it did actually make him and Roy laugh, and he says he thinks it helped him relax because they ended up having a good round, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, dude, I think I'd have been a little freaked out if a dude walked up that close to me and just reached in my bag, took out an iron, pulled off my club head. The world is weird. Plus, we got the deepest diving hole in the world. Do you know how deep it is, Gabe?
How deep?
196 feet deep. It's got the water volume of 6 Olympic-sized swimming pools. It's absolutely massive. I'll tell you where it is. And I'll tell you the pool that it beat. The pool is in Poland, and it was only 147 feet deep. So, yeah, this one's dope.
Did you watch a Scripps National Spelling Bee last night?
Actually, no, I did not because I can't spell.
We have
makes me feel very bad.
Spell.
You know how that makes me feel.
We have a 13-year-old BA. You know what BA stands for, right?
Bad A?
Yes. Zayla Avant-Garde, first African-American to win the National Spelling Bee at 13. She also hoops, and my gosh, is she good. Have you seen this stuff, Johnny?
Dude, this works out perfect because it's like our Play Like a Girl
I
initiative.
think she has the world record, if I was reading correctly. The world record for most basketballs dribbled at the same time was 6.
What?
Yeah.
She's also does it where she's on. Have you seen the one where she's sitting on what is it called, a unicycle, where she's got one wheel and you sit on top of it? Is that a unicycle? I mean, it's been so long since I've seen
Yeah,
it.
with one wheel, yes.
Yeah.
Unicycle.
Just
like,
making
you know why
sure.
a bicycle is called a bicycle? Or a tricycle is called a tricycle?
Because of 3 wheels, 2 wheels, and now one. But hey, dude, because of the there's certain unis that I've heard lately, unicorn, one horn.
Yes.
Just making sure that I wasn't talking about something that was a fairy tale.
You saw her on a unicycle?
Dude, I haven't seen a unicycle since
Then why did that come up?
Oh no, she's on the unicycle.
Oh really?
I
didn't see that.
She also not only dribbled 6 basketballs at one time, she dribbles 3 basketballs while going down the street in a unicycle.
Know what she said too? She said that basketball is the thing that's going to take her places, but spelling is something she does on the side, and she just won the Scripps National Spelling Bee. Good for her, man.
Very talented young
stuff.
woman. Very, very, very talented young woman who's first winner from the state of Louisiana, by the way. We'll talk about Shaq. We'll talk about so much more, but this whole first hour is brought to you by my good friend Chad Gatlin at the Gatlin Agency. Go to memphisfarmers.com. Check them out online. You can see everything about Chad, his insurance agency, the power of farmers, the way that they have all these flexible solutions to help you save money, bundling your packages from your auto, home, life, business, travelers, motorcycle, whatever type of insurance you need. Everything you need, nothing you don't. Plus, again, the Gatlin Agency is an all-encompassing agency. It's there to help out your business, your goals for your financial life. And if you want to pay for your children's college education, they're going to help you basically find ways to do that. Give them a call at 901-235-1176. That's 901-235-1176. Check out the Gatlin Agency and just go to get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com. Gabe Kuhn, I'm hanging out in the box.
Happy Friday. It's a wet Friday, though. Very wet.
By the way, speaking of Friday, real quick, on the text line, 901-360-8255. I've never been to Char. What's the best thing on the menu? Hit me on the text line.
How many people do you think have been to Char?
Probably a lot, I would think.
Fair amount.
Hit me up. I want to know
Isn't it
the
over
best
there? It's over there by the university, right?
It's over by the university,
Okay.
yeah, not far up
on
the
that new apartment. Well,
Yeah.
I say new. It's probably about 2 years old. That apartment complex and everything right there.
right there
There's
at Highland.
Nukes there, and
Yep.
yeah.
Well, I haven't been.
Should be a good. Should have some good steaks there.
I would think so. It's called Char.
What's your favorite cut of meat? Steak.
Tenderloin.
Beef.
I love tenderloin. Just a big old whole tenderloin and make it for me. I don't think I can get a whole tenderloin, so I'll take a filet.
A filet. All right.
Dude, who
That's
doesn't
fair.
like
8
a
ounce?
filet?
8
Man,
ounce.
I want
6
like
ounce.
12, 16. Give me a fat boy. I'm going to eat like Gabe tonight.
You and the fat jokes.
It's not a fat joke.
You have been throwing them out there just willy nilly this week.
It's because I'm gaining a lot of weight this week.
Are you self-conscious?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So thank you for
I'll
helping
make
me
sure
feel
to give you a
better
pat in
every
the
time
back.
I come to work.
Do you need a hug? Do you need a hug, sir? All right, let's start here. The Bucks might need a hug. They might need a hug. Game 2 of the NBA Finals was last night, and it swung again in the Suns' way, 118-108, and they now lead 2-0. Devin Booker woke up 31 points, 7 for 12 from 3. While the Suns' next leading scorer I didn't expect this to happen, but Mikal Bridges. The Bucks challenged him, and he had 20,
so good.
And he had 27. Giannis had an all-time great game and a loss, 42 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, we just mentioned. That's because his running mates Chris Middleton and Jrue Holiday combined for, get this, 27 points on 38 shots. 27 points on 38 shots will not get it done, but the series moves back to Milwaukee on Sunday. Do you think the Bucks will be able to make this series interesting at home?
I do not. Before I get into the reasons why, first of all, I got to say, Bridges did the, because I can see yellow. It's one of the colors I see extremely well. Did you see those yellow shoes all over the court last night? He was everywhere. The three-point line. He was getting to the layup. He was getting to the free throw. He was doing everything. And whenever they left him open, they found him, and he would either pump fake a three or just go right around you and take it to the rack. Bridges looked dope. The problem is, Giannis looked even better than anybody on the court, period, last night, I thought. He had a great game. He even hit his free throws, despite all the counting to 11 and 12. He was 11 for 18. He shot and made one of his 5 3-pointers. Probably took too many 3-pointers, but he got to the foul line. He grabbed rebounds. He dropped 3 blocks in the game, had a steal. He did everything. The problem is Chris Middleton wasn't even Robin. In fact, who did Batman and Robin fight? Was he the Joker? Would you call Chris Middleton the Joker? Is that who? Is that Batman and Robin the Joker?
Yes, that's the
dude. I got this down.
Enemy.
Yes, Chris Middleton was an enemy of the Bucks last night. 5 for 16, 1 of 6 from downtown. Did not shoot a single free throw. Was a negative 15 in the plus minus. Brook Lopez is not doing what he did in the last series. He's back to being Brook Lopez. And what can we say about Jrue Holiday? Look, he's trying to play defense. You can tell he's hustling his tail off, but 7 for 21, that's a dead-gum disaster. That's 33%. You can't shoot 33% from the field and think you're going to win a basketball game, especially when you got Chris Paul on the other side and Bridges, Ayton playing a big game, but not by scoring. My man grabbed 11 boards. He had a couple blocks. He made that paint a little bit scary. But again, Booker does his things. And if you look at the bench, like Johnson was okay. It's not about the Suns bench. It's about the Suns 5. And their starting 5 is so much better than the Bucks starting 5. Giannis doing MVP things, but still 2 double-digit losses. The Suns are just that much better than the Bucks. I'm sorry. Coach Bud doesn't have any buttons to push. Pat Connaughton can't play 34 minutes, play as good as he actually did, hit 4 3-pointers, and then nobody else give you jack. Nobody else gave you jack. Bobby Portis had 2 points. Teague had 4, and Forbes had 3. And the starting 5 again, Holiday with 17, Middleton with 11, Tucker with 7, Lopez with 8, and you still got 42 out of Giannis. But look at the other 4 guys. It's the starting 5 of the Bucks that's just not strong enough to play the Suns team. Go ahead and crown them if you want to. They are who we thought they were. A lot better team.
I made a mistake, not by much, but Jrue and Middleton actually had 28 points on 38 shots, not 27.
Ooh.
But here's the thing. The Suns' IQ and chemistry is just better. The ball moves. It doesn't stay in their hands for very long when they have it. And down the stretch, Chris Paul and Devin Booker are ice cold. It's the truth of the matter. Now, one thing to keep an eye on, Dario Saric and Torrey Craig. We'll see what happens with Torrey Craig. But if they're both out, that limits what they can do in the first half with their rotations. So that's something to keep an eye on. But the Suns have a clear advantage in this series from an IQ and chemistry standpoint.
When you got Booker playing 44 minutes, you got Paul playing 41, 8 and 42, Bridges 38, and Crowder 37, you don't really have to go much to the bench. And again, they're contributing everything. Crowder had had a double-double, had 10 rebounds, 11 points. You had Bridges with 27 points, 7 rebounds. The dude hit freaking 3 3-pointers and got to the rack and hit all 8 of his free throws. Ayton, again, was dominating the board, blocking shots. Chris Paul just kind of led everything. He had a very quiet 23 points, I thought. But Devin Booker, hitting 3-pointers, 7 for 12. That's what you need. Go ahead and crown him.
And also, Jrue Holiday's just a no-show, man. And it shows in the 3-point battle. Suns last night, 23-pointers to the Bucks 9. You're not going to win ball games doing that.
No, sir.
You're not going to win ball games. Now, moving on to the NFL, we're getting closer and closer to the start of the season. And this offseason has been one where many teams have new quarterbacks altogether. There are a lot of young QBs that have yet to show what they're capable of on their new teams. And also we have some veteran QBs changing teams in hopes of a fresh start. Matt Stafford, Carson Wentz, Jared Goff. Give me 3 of your favorite breakout quarterback candidates for the 2021 season.
All right, I hate to say this. I couldn't keep it at 3. I tried, but I got to talk about the guys who are changing, and I got to talk about the guys who are coming back from injury. And then there's a guy who just needs to get it done, and I'm starting with Daniel Jones of the New York Giants. He has pretty much lost his entire reputation. He has regressed, it seems like, from 2019 to 2020. But guess what? He gets Saquon Barkley back. They went out there and got Kenny Golladay. In the draft, they drafted Kadarius Toney. So it's time for Daniel Jones to show out or get the bleep out of New York, homie. It's your year to either shine or guess what? You're going to be looking for a job, brother. So Daniel Jones, he's got to be a breakout candidate, doesn't he? And then I'm going to stay in the same division, and I can't believe I'm doing this. I know that Washington signed Ryan Fitzpatrick. But did you watch that game against Tampa Bay last year? That's right. Taylor what is it? Heineke or Heineke? Heineke. I like Heineken. By the way, Taylor Heineke, he was wild in the wild card performance against Tampa Bay. A lot of people are saying that he is playing better in the offseason. Like, he looks better in the offseason workouts. There's all this praise coming out of Washington. I don't know if they're trying to fire up Ryan Fitzpatrick or if they really think Heineke is going to be something. And I'm just putting this on a very low one, and I'm calling this a fantasy football late draft, a guy who could reward you when your starting quarterback has a bye. It might be Heineke, because you don't want Ryan Fitzpatrick realistically to start for you. But what if Heineke's pretty actually good? Now the guys that I actually think are going to do some things. Jameis Winston. He threw for 5,109 yards in 2019. He just threw so many deadgum interceptions it wasn't funny. Well, he sat back and got to watch Drew Brees. He's gotten to watch Sean Payton. You would think he's learned something from his time down in New Orleans. He wants to go back and be that guy. This guy's a former number one overall pick. Tampa Bay won a deadgum Super Bowl without him. That's got to make him think in his head, I was the problem. So maybe he cuts down on the turnovers. He gets the ball to Michael Thomas, gets the ball out in the flat to Alvin Kamara, and Jameis Winston might actually live up to expectations down in New Orleans if he gets the ball over Taysom Hill, which I still think he's going to. And then the most talented of the guys out there that were wondering if he's going to have a breakout season, it's got to be Carson Wentz. Dude, he's back with Frank Wright, man, where he was finally good. By the way, did you know they got Paris Campbell, Michael Pittman, 2 youngsters that I think are going to be great wide receivers. You still have T.Y. Hilton kind of to help that that youngster wide receiving core probably get acclimated. I really like Carson Wentz to have a little bit of a bounce back year. And then here's my favorite, and you're going to think I'm crazy when I say this. Dude tore his ACL last year. His name is Joe Burrow. And I'm going to tell you a secret. That line was awful last year, but guess what they went out and did? They went out there and got Jonathan Williams to take over the left tackle. They're expected that first rounder to develop. But they got Riley Reif. He's the right tackle. So you got a couple guys who are on the up and up of the offensive line. And then did you see the speedster Jamar Chase they got out of LSU? They're hooking him back up with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is not Michael Vick. The ACL injury is not going to affect the way he plays. He beats you with his mind, his reading the ball, and his accuracy throwing the football. I think Joe Burrow is going to be one of the better quarterbacks next year in the National Football League. He's my number one.
I think he has an absolute opportunity. Him and Jamar Chase together, they have that synergy. They know each other. Should be fun to watch. Now moving on to the big fight card this weekend, UFC 264. Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier, the trilogy is the headliner. Dana White says the winner of the fight will be next in line for the lightweight championship against Charles Oliveira. Conor McGregor has been in and out of UFC for the past 3 years. He's had an issue, but he's boxed for money against Floyd Mayweather. He's been suspended for the altercation against Khabib, and he's sold a whiskey line that has made him a ton of money. The fight in January, the second fight between these two, was an easy fight for Dustin Poirier, who took advantage of all of this, McGregor's time out of the UFC, and knocked him out in 2 rounds. Will Conor bounce back on Saturday?
I'm going to say I believe he will, and I will say one thing. The left leg kick that he did, Poirier put on McGregor, weakened his base. McGregor did win that first round, but by the second round, that left leg kick had him switch sides. So that left hand that knocks people out like a maniac that McGregor has, where he's so accurate, it just failed him. He took that away. I think McGregor knows that he's going to try to do that, and I think the most important thing about this is we can talk about left leg kicks, we can talk about punches, we can talk about them getting on the ground. I think it's the mentality. For Conor McGregor, a lot of people say he's soft. The boys in Vegas have him as an underdog. A lot of people say the smart money is on Dustin. But this is a kid who grew up having to fight for everything his whole life. If you've looked at his story, he's a poor kid from Ireland who fought to survive. I think it's all about mentality. You can say that now that he's a millionaire, maybe that mentality is different. No. If you saw the tweets, if you saw the trash talking, it looks like you got a very ticked off Conor McGregor. And if he's back focused, he's the best striker that I've seen. And if he gets going, I say he knocks Dustin out in round 1 or round 2.
The truth of the matter is he is the best. He's the better striker in this fight. And I don't see Dustin Poirier taking him to the ground. That's not what Dustin Poirier does. But Dustin Poirier is a boxer as well. Last time, let's be completely honest about what happened. Conor McGregor overlooked Dustin Poirier because he beat the heck out of him in the first fight.
Yep.
So he overlooked him. He was out of UFC for a couple years and got knocked out. It happens. It's the fight game. This time around, I don't think he'll take it that easy. I don't think he'll let Dustin Poirier get those leg kicks off. I think he ends it. I think he KOs Poirier within the first 3 rounds.
You know who me and Gabe got? We got Conor McGregor. We're taking this bad boy in UFC on Saturday night. But coming up next, I got a very, very sweet woman, Lynn St. James. She's a former Indy driver, motorsports Hall of Famer. She's one of the very few people in the world that in fact, she qualified for the Indianapolis 500 and became the first woman to win the Indianapolis 500 Rookie of the Year award. We got all kinds of stuff that's going on. We're going to talk like the Play Like a Girl initiative and what they're doing in Nashville from August 5th to August 8th. Don't touch that dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on AM 560, 98.5 FM, and 96.1 FM.
Cypress View Golf and Recreation in Marion, Arkansas. Cypress View Golf and Recreation is fun for your entire family. Accepting new memberships now. Call about the new intro price. Only $199 per month plus tax. Includes unlimited golf, state-of-the-art new workout room, kiddie pool for the kids, Olympic-sized pool for the entire family to enjoy, and a great pub and steak bar. Cypress View Golf and Recreation has a new golf pub with tons of new food items for breakfast and lunch. Choose from Philly steak cheese sandwiches, homemade fresh hand-patted burgers, and Nathan's hot dogs, flatbreads, quesadillas, summer salads, and more. Take advantage of new memberships of unlimited golf, only $199 plus tax. Call Pro Mark today for your new membership at 870-739-6305. Come be a part of a great golf family. Get away from stress at Cypress View, just over the river.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Ruddock Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day. Group play and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Summer in Memphis is hot and humid. Match that with an inefficient air conditioner, and that equals less comfort inside your home and higher utility bills. Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. If you're frustrated with your current HVAC system, then let us give you a free estimate to make you and your family more comfortable this summer. Right now, Choates and Carrier are offering 60 months no-interest financing on select Carrier HVAC systems. If you're not ready to purchase a new system yet and need Freon to get you through the summer, then go to our website for our half-off 1 pound of Freon coupon. If your system hasn't received a maintenance yet, Choates is also offering their $20.99 AC tune-up. So turn to the experts with Choates and call 347-8086 today to take advantage of these specials. And remember, Choates, let our family serve your family.
This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Marks Bensdorf Realtors. I'm often called Shell Done because I sell homes and work with buyers and I get the job done. There are 7 keys to successfully selling your home quickly at a great price. First, call me. I do my research and advise you on preparation, presentation, and proper pricing that gets you the activity to get the best price. Follow my advice and it can happen. I did mention 7 keys to a successful sale, didn't I? Well, if you use the first key, calling or emailing me, you really don't need the next 6 keys. Remember, that's Sheldon Rosengarten at 483-0546 or MemphisRelocate.com. If you don't need me now, write it down for later or for a friend at Sheldon at 483-0546 at MemphisRelocate.com. Do it now, and who knows, you may hear your home advertised here. Remember, as bad a golfer as I am, when selling homes, Shell Done gets it done.
Welcome to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. The first hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com. Now, here is your host, Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. My good friend's Gabe Kuhn. He's hanging out with me. Got a great show for you. Don't forget, man, we talked about the finals. You had the Bucks get the brakes beat off of them by the Suns. The starting 5 for the Suns is just way too good. I don't care if Giannis is playing at an MVP level. He doesn't have anybody helping him out. We also are going to talk about, everything in Hardenwood, from just a lot of fun things like Ben Roethlisberger, a TikTok user, deep dive. We also have day baseball, by the way. The Cardinals and Cubs are playing. Gabe Kuhn, are you interested in that one?
Always, except they both aren't
very good.
They're not very good.
Well, y'all can just have your hate and your spite for each other kind of just drive you through this one.
You know, Cubs are preparing to sell everything, though.
Yes, it looks like they got Chris
Did you see
Bryant,
Jed Hoyer,
Anthony Rizzo.
their president?
Yeah,
he said.
Yeah, everybody and their grandmother's available. Javi Baez.
My favorite quote around the whole thing was he said, "Life comes at you fast." They had the 11-game losing streak. He said, "Life comes at you fast." We're going back to full sellers because they thought they were going to buy there for a second with how good they were playing.
Yeah, I thought they were too. But you know what? Things do change quickly, but I will tell you something. Nothing's faster than those Indy 500 racing cars. And the person that I'm about to talk to, Lynn St. James, she knows a lot about that. We're going to talk about her life, her career, and what she's doing right now. There's the Women's Summit, and it's a conference that benefits nationally renowned Play Like a Girl, which is a nonprofit organization encouraging young women to leverage their sports skills while aligning with practical lessons in leadership, providing exposure to inspirational women and role models, and, of course, mentors with a goal increasing women empowerment. Now, Lynn St. James, not only is she a former Indy driver, Motorsports Hall of Famer, author, coach, mentor, motivational speaker, she's also the co-chair of the inaugural Women's With Drive Summit, which is going on in Nashville. There's a race, an IndyCar race in downtown Nashville. It's August 5th through the 8th. We're going to talk to Lynn right now. Lynn, how are you doing on this Friday?
Well, hello there, and we're doing great, actually. Pretty excited about coming to Nashville and bringing the Indy cars there, and then also kind of creating a whole one-day celebration and information event around women who drive. And so it's going to be, I think, a very kind of an unprecedented weekend of activities for the first time in Nashville.
And it's like you said, it's the inaugural to be the first time that you're doing this. Has the Women's Summit ever happened somewhere else outside of Nashville, or is this the first go-around for everybody?
Well, this is the first go-around for this one. I've been paying attention to this sport and this industry for a long time. I'm not aware of another one that's been done anywhere, but for sure, it's our first one of this gathering. I'm working with a dear friend of mine who I've known for years, but who's also really a leader in sports and in events, and has really gotten very excited about the whole women's market. That's Cindy Sisson, and so she and I are co-chairing along with some other local, wonderful people that have helped us put this together. And so we've got people coming in from all over the country, actually coming in from Indianapolis. We've got Rod Reed and Miles Rowe, who are part of the Indy Force team, and Jimmy McMillan, who's the Chief Diversity Officer at IndyCar at Penske Entertainment. And then we've got some women who are the leaders, sometimes behind the scenes. I think a lot of times we kind of don't pay attention to that. And so there's some fabulous women who are coming from Indianapolis and from some of the sponsors that are in the Indy Series. Kara Adams, who is with Firestone, and just, we just have a really great roster of knowledge, information, and some good fun stuff. We got some drivers, Sarah Fisher, who also followed me and competed at the Indy 500 and drives the pace car, and Sabre Cook, who's one of the young up-and-coming stars in racing. So we've got a real cross-section of, of racers and people in the industry and the sport who are making a difference. And many of them are women. So we want to make sure we're not excluding anybody, but we're really highlighting the women in the industry.
Well, I have a daughter and I have two daughters and a granddaughter, and I care dearly about them. And I'm always kind of wondering, how it's difficult being a dad in the South growing up, especially my age. I don't think we had, race, play like a girl necessarily going on when they were very young. My granddaughter, of course, does. But I've been wondering, what inspired you to get into racing? How did you get your first feel of it, your taste of it? You went all the way up to become the first woman to win the Indianapolis 500 Rookie of the Year award. What was it that got you started?
Well, without going into the actual ages of all of us, I was pre-Title IX, and Title IX is, which is now, I think, 45 years ago, when, it became a law that educational institutions could not discriminate based on gender, and so I benefited, though, because I got sports in school because I went to a girls' school. And so I truly believe, and absolutely believe at the very core of who I am, that if I had not had sports from 7th to 12th grade, I would have never had, I guess, the guts or the courage, whatever you want to call it, to be able to then say to myself, I like to drive fast, I go to these races, and I watch these drivers, and I think this is the most awesome thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm going to try to do this. And so, just to be able to think about it, to inspire yourself to say, I think I can do this. I want to try to do this. And this was before I saw no other women racing, but that didn't really stop me. And so it's so important. I mean, I'm very much involved with the Women's Sports Foundation, which was founded by Billie Jean King, which is also celebrating over 40 years of work. And then to work now with Dr. Clay in the market, in the Nashville market, and she's gone beyond just Nashville, but that's where she's based with Play Like a Girl. It's so important for girls to understand the power they have, to understand their body, to understand that through sports, it's not necessarily are you going to necessarily become an elite athlete. You might, but it isn't necessary that you're just going to, I wasn't even a great athlete, to be honest with you, when I did sports all those years. But to understand what you can learn from sport, you can't learn sitting at a computer, and you can't learn sitting at a desk. You learn how to play, you learn how to win, you learn how to lose, you learn how to be part of a team, you learn your strengths,
confidence,
physically and mentally, and confidence, exactly. So it's so important. And, with everybody so doggone busy trying to get through their life, and I'm talking now about parents, and it's really hard to make sure that their daughters and that these young girls are getting exposure to that, because, you're so busy just getting through life, as I said, and making sure that we're getting a good education, that our children are getting a good education. And I'm a grandmother now, so I understand, the importance of play and the importance of really of the growth and development. And so I really credit Dr. Clay with what she's doing, and we're really glad that she's the charity that we're able to support through our Women with Drive event at the Music City Grand Prix.
I think one of my favorite things is when I was reading about you and everything about the Play Like a Girl, and I'm just kind of getting ready for this segment. There was one quote that I saw that says, "Where we envision a world where the playing field is level and every girl reaches her full potential. Our mission is to leverage the skills girls gain from sports to build a diverse pipeline of young women in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics." It's not necessarily that everybody's got to be a professional athlete, but each girl reaches her full potential.
That's it. I mean, there's research that has been done about the CEOs and executives, female executives around the country, around the world, and almost every one of them make reference to the fact that they had a sports experience. That no matter what age they were, so it translates into life fulfillment of life much beyond the sporting field. But if you don't have that at a young enough age, it's never too late, to be honest, to start. But it's so important if you have it in your developing years, the years that you're still trying to figure out what the heck life's all about and what you're all about. And so I really encourage that. And it's important that dads and moms understand that and make sure that, as I said, our daughters get as much of a sports experience as we've always kind of been able to provide for our sons.
So the Women with Drive Summit that's going on in Nashville, August 5th through the 8th, you're going to have the Machine Music City Grand Prix, the Big Machine Music City Grand Prix. Is that actually where they're going to be racing in downtown Nashville on the streets?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. It's actually a street race that goes, I think it goes the first time that they've had a street race going over a bridge. So, we've got, they're laying out a fabulous course layout. I mean, I've competed, I won't be competing there, but I have competed in, the Miami Grand Prix, the Detroit Grand Prix, the Long Beach Grand Prix. And so these street races are very hard put together, but I know that the team at the Music City Grand Prix have worked very hard at laying it out and going through all of the safety precautions and so that it doesn't disrupt too much of the lives of the people in the area. But the actual event, race event, of course, is the entire weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Our event, the Women with Drive, we have a reception on the evening of Thursday evening, and that reception is from 5 to 7, and that is at the Alan Jones, I think it is, event, and then the actual seminar is all day on Friday the 6th, and then in that afternoon we're going to actually take about 10 students from Play Like a Girl that we're all going to take them on tour of the track.
Oh, wow.
And so we'll head over there in the afternoon. We've got a VIP paddock tour with many of Dr. Clay's gals that are part of the Play Like a Girl program. So, and then people that actually sign up for the seminar on Friday can buy tickets for the race weekend. There's a package that they then can buy tickets for the race weekend on Saturday and Sunday. But the seminar itself is only all day on Friday the 6th.
I noticed that there's a lot of places that you can actually go get tickets, find out more than this. There's the Play Like a Girl, playlikeagirl.org. You got the Nashville Youth Professional Network out there right now. Is there anybody specific that you think somebody should go through to find out more about the event, get some tickets, and make sure that they get a room and get reserved and ready to head to Nashville in August?
Yeah, they go to musiccitygp.com. That will help guide them to get tickets to the race and tickets for the actual Women with Drive Summit. And if there's any issues in getting the tickets for the summit, you can actually email Cindy at gsevents.live, and she's also, as the co-chair of the event, she is managing a lot of the ticket packages, that are tied with the summit. So, but the musiccitygp.com should have everything on it.
I just pulled it up. I was going to say musiccitygp.com is about as easy as it gets. It's got tickets. It's got everything for the summit. It talks about membership. It talks about everything that you're doing. It looks like it's going to be a first-class weekend. Well, it's a little longer than a weekend, the 5th through the 8th. I hope you have a blessed one. Lynn, I appreciate your time so much. Again, Lynn St. James, she's also in the Sports Hall of Fame, the Motorsports Hall of Fame, former Indy driver, but she is co-chairing the inaugural Women with Drive Summit August 5th through the 8th in downtown Nashville. It's going to kick off the Big Machine Music City Grand Prix, which is a race in downtown Nashville. It's going to be really awesome. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have a blessed weekend.
Thank you. I have had a blessed life, so I'm going to continue to have hopefully a blessed weekend coming up. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. We'll be back in 2 shakes. This is Sports 56 98.5 FM.
Start your day the right way with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane on Sports 56 Mornings. Weekdays from 7 to 10 on Sports 56, 98.5 FM and 96.1 FM.
Corky's is your home for authentic Memphis barbecue. Our dining rooms are open, or stop by our speedy drive-thru. Order your party packs today, starting at only $5.99 per person.
Hey, Bubba. Thanks for selling my house.
Hey, Bubba. Thanks for selling my house. Everybody knows Bubba.
That's me, Bubba Sandiford with Emmett Baird Realty. I'm a member of the Multi-Million Dollar Club, and I'm also in the top 10% of producing agents in the city. Call me today for a free, no-obligation market evaluation of your home. 901-319-0747.
Are you putting your house on the market? I have your hustler. Are you looking for your dream home? I have your man. Hey, Bubba, RE.com. That's HeyBubbaRE.com. Bubba Sandiford, Emmett Baird Realty.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies, we will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Fiveash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Fiveash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Wendy's only makes one kind of breakfast, your new favorite one. How do we do it? With fresh cracked eggs, oven-baked bacon, and flaky croissants. You know, the things your old breakfast wasn't doing. So toss that old news and its soggy eggs somewhere useful. And get to Wendy's, where the sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant, bacon, egg, and Swiss croissant, and honey butter chicken biscuit are just 2 for $4. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's 2 for $4.
Limited time only. Single item at regular price. Price and participation may vary at U.S. Wendy's.
Swerving, speeding, and reckless driving can leave you in your own dust. Drag racing has its consequences. You can lose your driving privileges, your vehicle, face jail time, or even lose or take a life. So slow down, Memphis. The life you save may be your own. Brought to you by the Memphis Police Department, Traffic Operations.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
Welcome to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. The first hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com. Now, here is your host, Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
If my words did glow
with the gold.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. Thank you again to Lynn St. James, everything that she's doing for the Play Like a Girl initiative. That's going to be in Nashville August 5th through the 8th. It's going to be pretty awesome. They're going to have a race downtown. And again, it's all about bringing women together, help Women with the Drive Summit. And it's pretty good. It's going to be pretty interesting, and I appreciate her time. Coming up next, we got Alex Kuhn. He's going to join us. We're going to talk everything under the sun. But right now, Gabe Kuhn, we got a little baseball. Bottom of the first. Cubs have bases loaded. 2 outs. Javi Baez down, no balls, 2 strikes. Do the Cubs score a run, or does he strike out swinging?
Strikeout swinging happens, yes.
I feel like it's happening. I feel like it's coming on. We're going to find out and let you know again. The Cardinals
and he will swing through a third strike like it's his job.
Now, if he does connect, it'll probably be a granny. It's either going to be a 4 or a 0 at the end.
So I know you brought this up yesterday. Speaking of the MLB, Jose Altuve, Carlos Correa skipping the All-Star game. Is that? Do you find that?
Hold on. This is to avoid.
That's what I'm saying. Do you see that as a little cowardly?
Oh, yes, I do. I absolutely do. I feel like Jose Altuve, this is the first time they've had like the All-Star game since the 2019 championship. They haven't had a chance to go around with the other players. I think they're not going to like him as much. Carlos Correa using his wife being pregnant. I can actually see that as a plausible excuse.
Carlos Correa, yes. Jose Altuve.
But hold up. Dude, these guys have like their own private jets. It ain't like, have you ever seen a woman go in labor? It ain't like she has the baby in 30 minutes, huh?
Okay, let's exclude Carlos Correa because that's an excuse. That's a fair excuse.
But she's only 8 months.
But Jose Altuve, I just feel like
he has all of a sudden a leg injury. But
I
he's
feel
playing.
like in the back of their head, this is to avoid the confrontation.
Dude, 3-0 Cubs, brother. 3-0 Cubs. Remember I said I was going to take the over?
Mm-hmm.
It's all your fault because I forgot that.
Wait, did
Yeah, you got a hit.
Javi got a hit. Nice.
Yes.
Double.
Yep, he's standing
Cleared
on
the bases.
second. Actually, you know what? I think I screwed up. Jock Peterson, it says double to right.
Okay,
Baez
so
scored.
did.
Contreras scored. Okay, so I had it backwards. You know what? These things,
How
they take
about,
a while to upload.
How about Shohei Ohtani saying he doesn't take BP?
By the way, that's about how much me and you we don't take any BP.
Yeah, their pitching. It wasn't Shohei Ohtani that revealed it. It was their pitching coach, the Angels pitching coach, Jeremy Reed.
You have to say
how good do you have to be?
Really
how
awesome.
How good do you have to be to not take BP and have a 700 slugging percentage and lead the league in home runs?
Man, I have to say, Brian Kenny's crazy, but maybe if the dude did start having actually practicing BP, he could bat 500 in Major League Baseball. No, I'm just kidding. I think everything he's doing, I talked about it yesterday. He needs to be pitching. He's the best pitcher for the Angels. He needs to be hitting. He's one of the best hitters in all of baseball. He's one of the greatest things. Plus, did you see Rick Ankiel come out and said how much he's growing the game? Yeah, Rick Ankiel. I threw that one back out there. Did you see that?
Rick? I haven't heard from Rick in a while, man.
Yeah, I haven't either. And you remember when Rick was a pitcher.
He was wild pitch specialist.
He was a great pitcher, and then all of a sudden he lost his mind.
He got the yips.
And
then he played center field for the Cardinals.
And then
had a really good year,
he had
too.
a great
had some good,
career.
In all reality, when he came back as a outfielder, he could hit a little bit.
Dude, no, he was an athlete, and that's what Ohtani is. And by the way, just remember this: he's 6'4", he's 230 pounds. He is a full-grown man. He's a bad mamma jamma. Now, also got to get to some stuff. We got great things coming up. Did you hear about Tristan Thompson? He's actually won the suit for $50,000 in the libel case. Guess where Kimberly Alexander is going to get her money from? Do you remember the story from Hardwood? Tristan is going to get a pocket full of cash. He has to get $2,900 every month, or he gets 10% interest for anything that's later on that. She also has to pay about $3,000 in court costs, so she's got about $53K coming out of pocket. She's getting $60,000 for one weekend's work. Where at? The Hustler Cub in New York City. Is she going to be able to draw enough attention to make up for the $60,000 they're spending? Or is this the fact that just people are talking about it? Like we're in Memphis, Tennessee. Maybe somebody's going to go on a flight to New York. I don't know. Maybe they're going to show up at the Hustler Club and they wouldn't have. So maybe it's about advertising. Can she really rake in $60,000 worth of cash? Can she?
I would think yes.
Well, then how much then can my dude's mom, Amari Bailey, rake in, though? Because she's so much better looking, and Drake takes her on a date, and he rents out the whole Dodgers stadium. Did you actually believe Drake was there at Sierra Canyon to watch Bronny? Or who said it first? Who said it first? I said he ain't there to see Bronny. I said he's there to pick up on Amari Bailey's mama, the Instagram model. Did I not say it?
You did.
I called my shot. And
you were ahead on this.
You said I was wildly speculating. Did you not say? You were like, John, that's wild speculations. He could really be there just to support his buddy LeBron. And I'm like, nope.
I didn't call it wild speculation. I called it speculation.
You did call it speculations. Well, we'll tell you about that and so much more during Hardwood. Don't forget, Alex Kuhn is joining me next, but I have to remind you of something very, very important. If you want to be styling and profiling like Drake, well, you better make like $20 million. If you don't have $20 million and you want to look good, head on down to Frontier Western Store at 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. They're open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. They're open 1 to 6 on Sunday, where you can just shop 24/7, 365 at frontierwesternstore.com. Not only do they have the largest boot showroom where you can get dress boots, work boots, Western boots, they also have all your jeans from Ariat to Wrangler to whatever type of jean you like. They're also, what do they call it? Waist-friendly. They go from size 0 all the way up to the big boys. And don't forget, we got you ladies covered. We got Simply Southern. We got Girly Girl. There's a ladies' boutique. And we never forget about the kiddies. Go check out all the children's boots and the children's clothes. Family-friendly. Frontier Western Store and frontierwesternstore.com. We'll be back in 2 shakes with Alex Kuhn on Sports 56 98.5 FM.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at triumphautosales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Sunrise Buick GMC is having their annual tent sale, and the selection or savings are bigger than ever. A huge selection to choose from, big discounts from factory rebates high as $6,000. It's okay if you've got slow credit. Sunrise has over $500 million available for immediate financing with interest low as 0%, an $18 million used car inventory. And remember, Sunrise specializes in cars and trucks under $10,000. See them all at sunrisememphis.com. Savings and fun for all ages. The 33rd annual tent sale going on now at all Sunrise locations. Covington Pike, Wolf Chase, and Collierville.
Hi, I'm Tito Beveridge, founder and master distiller at Tito's Handmade Vodka. In 1997, I started the first micro distillery in the state of Texas with my dog, Dog Joe, at my side. We're still working with dogs out at the distillery after all these years. Learn more about how dogs are a part of life here at Tito's Handmade Vodka at vodkafordogpeople.com. Tito's Handmade Vodka is made from corn and naturally gluten-free. Cheers. 80 proof Tito's Handmade Vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Tito'sVodka.com.
Attention foodies. There's a great new place to eat in a great restored building. South Hall Cafe is now open for breakfast, brunch, and lunch in the former Tobacco Corner. Chef Jesus Ramon is creating classics from scratch with a twist. Enjoy all your favorites, including the best cheese grits in the South, a full bar, an in-house pastry chef, catering, online ordering for curbside or delivery, and a covered patio with live music on the weekends. We're open 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. weekdays and 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. on weekends. South Hall Cafe, corner of Poplar and Mendenhall.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli, with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Gabe Coon's in the house. We're hanging out with each other. Guess what? Cubs up 3-0 on the Cardinals. The total's only gone to 9. It started at 8. Top of the second. Gabe, are we going over or under? Come on, man. Come on. Give me a winner.
I don't know, man.
Dude, you're not very helpful. 901-360-8255. Hit me up with some information. By the way,
you locking in live bets live on the air?
Yeah, I love locking in live bets live on the air. It's just something, I don't know, I really enjoy it for some reason. It's just something I enjoy doing. Speaking of things that I enjoy doing, I like watching whatever Patrick Mahomes does. He's always living life perfectly. Did you see him out in Lake Tahoe like last year? He did a little golf tournament. Him and Travis Kelce, they rented out the boat. They were having a good time. Well, did you see how good of a time he was having yesterday on the golf course?
It looks like his foot feels better.
Dude, his foot feels great. He can hit the ball. But by the way, did you know he can chug a beer in 2 seconds? He chugged a beer faster on the golf course than Travis Kelce. Kelce outweighs him by 40 pounds.
Texas Tech, man. Party school.
You know what? It's a really good
Over
point.
Cincinnati.
True that. But what are you going to do in Cincinnati? Go to Mike Finks's and get drunk. That's about it. You know? Let's be real. You ain't going to Bengals games. Not at least back then.
You ever been to Grader's Ice Cream?
I sure as heck have.
Good stuff, man.
I used to think Harold Grader had something to do with it. Because they would always.
There's no relation there?
Nope, there's not.
Oh.
I wish there was, or I'd be hitting him up all the time. But we got to talk about the NBA Finals. We're going to talk about the college basketball, the NBA draft from the college stars. We're going to talk a little bit about college basketball in the Big Ten, how Iowa's going to be able to replace all the stuff that they've lost. Plus, we'll get in the NFL. We're going to get on a little bit of everything. And one other thing, last thing about Patrick Mahomes, I got a man crush on him. Gabe Kuhn, he talked about Sha'Carri Richardson. Yes. I think he likes littering and smoking the reefer. Patrick Mahomes, he is such a bad mamma jamma. Now it's time to talk with my good buddy Alex Kuhn. Alex Kuhn from the Mid-North, how is life treating you?
He's not on yet.
Oh, he's not? You lost your brother? Well, that's not my fault. I blame that on Gabe. By the way, while we're waiting on that, just a little recap. Bucks got their brains beat out. Yep, Giannis went for 42-12, had 4 assists as well, and the Phoenix Suns still beat him by double digits. 2 great games by Giannis, 2 very bad games from his supporting cast. This bad boy looks over. What says, is Alex with us?
Alex is with us. Alex, he just tried to bring you on when you weren't on the line. So we're off to
I'm here now, though.
We're off to a hot start.
Dude, I'm always on a hot start on a Friday.
Of course. You got your did you get the lemon drop quote in there yet?
Have not done it.
Not yet. Go ahead.
You want to give it to us?
No, I mean, I'll let
Johnny,
you do it.
what happens when life hands you lemons?
Dadgummit, you make a lemon drop. Just make sure it's with Tito's handmade vodka. Ooh-wee, and it's a Friday, so I'm going to have a couple lemon drops when I get off work. Alex Kuhn, by the way, joins me. You can check him out on Twitter at AlexKuhn523. And also listen to him at KGYM Radio. Him and Todd tear up everything.
Todd told me I shouldn't be betting on Conor McGregor this weekend, though.
Uh-oh.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that?
I don't know, man. Is he a UFC mastermind?
I wouldn't say mastermind, but he's been watching.
He
recently.
tries. He tries. Okay.
He knows a lot about it.
He's tried to get into the dabble in a little UFC action every once in a while.
Do you like the over 9 in the Cubs?
Okay, all right.
Because I'm taking it right now.
It's live.
Second inning, baby.
So this new thing that Johnny does at the beginning of every second hour, he locks in his live bets live on the air. He can't do it at the break.
No.
He waits till we get on the air, and he locks in his live bets.
So that's assuming that there's live sports on, right?
They're all.
I play women's tennis.
Generally
man.
speaking, there is. I mean, MLB.
Some Belarusian table tennis or something.
I'm the best Japanese basketball
You
picker
really-
on planet Earth.
Honestly, you are up there. You are up there, Johnny.
I do. I know.
But let's talk American basketball. Have you been catching the finals? What do you? Are the Bucks toast?
I'm not going to say that they're toast just yet.
Whoa.
Because they haven't lost at home. And if these playoffs have taught us anything, you aren't out of a series until you lose at home. Having said that, the Suns are a different animal. And the way that they play team basketball, it's just beautiful to watch. I know that in the NBA, everybody looks around and points to, well, who's the catalyst for each team? Whose team is it? We have that discussion with the Suns. It's like, is it Devin Booker? Is it Chris Paul? I don't know. I just think that's a team that, with the addition of Chris Paul this offseason, has gelled because they have two of the best offensive creators in the league and three guys around them that just fit so perfectly. And watching Mikal Bridges and DeAndre Ayton play basketball is a treat in and of itself. So the way they move the ball, the way they play team basketball, they're rolling right now. And if they get one in Milwaukee, this thing is over.
Yeah, I think it definitely is over. And I got to say, man, Monty Williams is just out-coaching the heck out of Coach Bud. I think Coach Bud's doing a pretty bad job, but I do also look and I kind of wonder what he can do. It's not like this Atlanta and they're a small team. You can't throw out there Brooke Lopez and Bobby Portis. That doesn't work. When Middleton's only going to give you 11 and 1 from 6 from downtown, that's going to hurt Drew Holiday.
Bad night for the Middleton is Batman people last night. By the way, my gosh.
Well, Middleton is either really good or he's really bad. We know that. Like,
Hashtag analysis.
He's gonna look great in Game 3. He's gonna have a great game in Milwaukee. Milwaukee Chris Middleton is going to show up in Game 3, but you always know that he's good for at least one of those games last night, and it was last night that we saw bad Chris Middleton.
And Drew Holiday has to do something.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, last year people were very, very critical of Eric Bledsoe. But when you look at the comparison of what they look like, their playoff numbers, they're the same. I mean, and I know Drew Holiday, in theory, is a better player, plays a little better defense, but they have not gotten a lift from him in the playoffs.
No, they haven't, and I look at the way that their roster is constructed. It's a little bit frustrating to me. I just wish that Giannis had an elite level shot creator that he was playing with, another superstar.
Right.
Now, I get it, Chris Middleton. You can't really argue with the production that he gives that team. So they've stuck with him. They paid him his money, and he's a really good player. But when push comes to shove in the playoffs, who's going to be taking the shots? Who's going to be creating the shots? Well, it's going to be Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday. And Giannis was fantastic last night, but you need those guys to be making shots, and when they're not, especially against this Phoenix team, they're in trouble.
By the way, speaking of the Phoenix team, it's kind of a horrible thing for the Bucks because the way they play defense is you got Giannis on the weak side defender. They go out there and they defend the three like a madman. Well, the Suns take a bunch of mid-range jumpers, the most in the NBA. Yep. They're mid-ranging you to death. But if they go 20 for 40 and shoot 50% from downtown, how can Milwaukee beat them?
They can't.
It's simple.
They will not. If that happens, they will not beat the Suns. And I'm glad you brought up the mid-range because Milwaukee is content with giving up mid-range shots, and if you do that against the Suns, they're just gonna smoke you. So to answer your question, I don't know if you're Mike Budenholzer what you do. defensively. There were that possession last night, that the ball movement on that. I know you guys remember that possession at the end of the first half that it resulted in a DeAndre Ayton and one. Milwaukee played as good a defense as they possibly could.
Scrambled,
gave up an and one. And to be fair, Milwaukee had plenty of chances. It just got beat to seemed like every 50-50 ball last night. And that can't happen if they want to win. They have got to play. I'm not going to say they have to play a perfect game, but they just have to play much more mistake-free than they have the first two games, and I think they will in Game 3.
So I have a question, then I'm going to transition to the NBA draft. About Joe Wieskamp. He's actually represented by Andy Schiffman, who will be talking on Sports Time on Sports 56 at 5 o'clock with me and Brett. But is he the best Iowa prospect even over Luka Garza this year?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Look, Fran McCaffrey at Iowa is still looking for his first NBA role player, guy that goes into the league and sticks around, and whether it's coming off the bench or starting, he finds a role in the league. That's Joe Wieskamp. So to me, not only is he the top NBA prospect out of anybody this year, including Luka Garza, he's the best NBA prospect that Fran McCaffrey's had to date.
You think he could sneak into the first round?
I don't know. He seems like a guy that you would take somewhere 25 to 36. 6'6", 42-inch vertical, best shooting stroke in the draft, best shooting mechanics of anybody in the draft, and that includes Corey Kispert. His shot is that pure. So the question is, who's he going to guard at the next level? I think that's a question with a lot of guys, but towards the end of the first round, early second, the way he performed at the Combine, I would not be surprised to see his name get called.
When you said 42-inch vert, I wanted to make one of my famous Iowa basketball jokes, but I'm just going to hold off.
No, I love famous jokes.
I was going to say that's some sneaky athleticism Joe Wieskamp possesses.
Wow. Of course you did. Of course you did.
That's
Can't help it, man. I can't help it.
No, I like that one. That was great. But I got to ask you then, so do you think Luka Garza, is he going to be, I mean, he's not going to be taking high as Marvin Bagley, but like what is his ceiling in the NBA then?
I don't know. He lost 20 pounds between the end of the season and the Combine. So he did that, and he was basically playing that stretch 4 role at the Combine. That tells me
he can't defend that 4, man.
He's grasping for straws. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to find some avenue to fit in the league, and that's the problem. Like you look at Joe Wieskamp, and you already see his role. You know exactly where he fits in. You see players in the NBA with that skill set, and it's very projectable. With Luka Garza, it is everything but projectable. It is just he's not a 5. He's not. He's not going to be a center. He realized that, so he lost the weight. Now, can he step out and from beyond the arc and make the 3 at a consistent rate? Maybe, but then once again, as you just pointed out, John, it always comes back to who is he going to defend, and that right there is the biggest concern. Have you guys seen the Kofi Coburn deciding to come back to? What happened there? Well, I mean, you look at Kofi Coburn and you say 15, 20 years ago, it's a top 5, top 10 pick.
Yeah, because he's a monster of a human being.
He's a beast, and he has good offensive skill, and he doesn't have the most range, but he's got enough mid-range to get by. The problem is when they played Loyola, Cameron Krutwig got him away from the basket, and he wanted no part of that.
Right.
He could not defend away from the basket, and if you can't do that, it doesn't matter how big, how strong, how athletic you are, the NBA is going to pass on you. And Kofi Coburn went from a guy that we were wondering, is he going to sneak into the first round, to deciding to come back to school, and maybe going to Kentucky, by the way.
And in the NBA, you need switchable bigs. We've seen it in the playoffs. Like, Rudy Gobert is a defensive player of the year, but when you switch him onto a smaller guy, he has no opportunity of succeeding. We've seen it in this series with Brook Lopez trying to defend that high pick and roll with CP3 and Devin Booker. You need a switchable big, and Luka Garza doesn't fit that role. But in the meantime, what's Fran? That was a top 10 team last year with Fran McCaffrey. What are they going to do next year? Are they going to be any good?
If I knew the answer to that question, I would be a psychic and I would be out of this line of work altogether. I have no idea. Like, there's a lot of guys that have played minutes, but not a lot of guys that have played extended and starting minutes. And you lose Luka Garza, C.J. Frederick, and Joe Wieskamp. There's not much scoring left.
Jordan Bohannon's back.
I think they'll be better defensively. I really do. I think they have some guys that can lock in on that end, but that's never what they've been known for, and they're not going to be able to score at the level that they did last year. There's no question about it. So I really, it's a mystery. It's a very intriguing and for a lot of Iowa fans, scary season coming up.
Speaking of being scary, I mean, you're in the Big Ten. The Big Ten last year had the scary regular season. Are they going to be really good in the regular season and kind of just fizz out in the NCAA tournament? Or there's some really good ballers? Juwan Howard got a little boost. Hunter Dickerson's coming back. How's the Big Ten going to look as a whole next year versus the other conferences?
I don't know. I don't know if it's not going to be the same as last year. In Illinois, Ayo Dosunmu, Kofi Cockburn most likely gone. Purdue should be pretty good. They just found out that Travion Williams is coming back. Michigan's the cream of the crop. We'll see about Ohio State. I believe E.J. Liddell announced he's coming back. So there's depth, but it's not going to be the type of depth that we saw a year ago.
Right, and it seems like the Big Ten always finds their way to a certain extent. Some teams will sort of show themselves who are sort of middle of the pack, and Iowa was that team last year. We'll see what happens, but Big Ten usually is relatively deep in college basketball. But I saw your tweet earlier this week, and I agree with you about Brian Kenny and what he had to say about Shohei Ohtani. Enlighten us on your thoughts on what he said about Shohei.
Well, he said that Shohei Ohtani should just be a hitter. Should just play offense. I mean, I don't have many thoughts on that other than I just wish that people, like baseball people, would like fun a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have like anything analytical to say about this, but I think it was Joel Sherman who was arguing with him about this, and he put it perfectly. So he's like, so what you're telling me is you want to take one of the top 15 to 20 pitchers in the league off the mound because of something that theoretically could happen, that he may get injured. Well, he may get injured hitting. It did last year. We're seeing something right now in baseball. I know very little national media is picking up on it, that we've literally never seen before. None of us have seen somebody play two ways in the major leagues, and especially do it at this level. Guy's leading the league in home runs and has a sub 3.6 ERA. It's one of the most impressive things in sports history, and
it's the main show in the MLB.
For a baseball person on the network that is supposed to be the PR
MLB network
of the league, to go out there and say, nope, take him off the mound. We can't have fun here. We got to ruin everything good that we have going. It's typical baseball.
It's the Rob Manfred approach from Brian Kenny. By the way, I still think his hair dye is messing up his brain, and that's why he had such a bad day.
You say he dyes it with shoe polish, didn't you?
He dyes it with shoe polish, dude. That's the darkest hair I've ever seen, and he's been on TV for 30 years, bro. You know how fast my beard went white? Took like 2 months. Come on now. By the way, I'm just going to bring up one other thing because I know I got to let you go in a minute. I don't know if you're a big fight guy, but me and Gabe, we're going to be wagering on the Dustin Poirier Conor McGregor, and you kind of mentioned it earlier when Todd said that he shouldn't bet on Conor. Do you do anything with UFC? Do you watch him? Do you care about him? Are you?
I can answer this for him. I'm going to answer this for him.
I'll answer it for you.
He doesn't?
I'll answer for you. I enjoy him when Gabe gives me his bets, and then I piggyback off them.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
So, hey, I mean, whatever you got this weekend, you know my number. Hit my line, okay?
I got Conor. Lock it in right now, minus 102. He was at plus 110. But people scared me off for a second. But that's my pick.
Plus 110 anymore, huh?
Okay. You know, Greg Hardy's going to be on the fight card.
Ooh, a lot of Ole Miss fans are going to be tuning in.
I guess. Man.
Unbelievable. Well, Alex, I hope you have a wonderful Friday. I hope you have a great show today. I hope you do you know tomorrow is National Pina Colada Day, so make sure you drink a pina colada, okay?
I definitely will.
Where can you get a good pina colada around here?
What?
Around in Memphis and St. Louis and Iowa? Where can you
know what you
get
need to do? Honestly, I'm just going to help people out. If you got one of those blender thingies, just grab the pina colada. Make sure you have some rum. You pour the thing in, you fill it with ice, then you take the rest of the thing and you fill it all the way up with rum, and you pour it in there and you blend that joint. Pina colada.
Like you got it figured out.
Yeah, I make
mixologist.
Those things. The mixologist does that around the pool. You know what I'm saying? Plus, the ladies love those little drinks.
He's not just a radio mixologist, guys.
No, it's the sports mixologist.
I like
it. Excuse me, the sports mixologist.
Hey, Alex, have a great one. Enjoy. Get a couple left-handed cigarettes, a couple tacos, and make sure that you enjoy your weekend, my friend.
See ya.
Of course. You too, guys. See ya.
That's my buddy Alex Kuhn. Follow him at AlexKuhn523. Don't forget to listen to him at KGYMO Radio. Him and Todd are on from 4 to 6. So if you're ever in the Mid-North, make sure you check him out. Now, I got to mention this because it's very important. If you're ready to sell your house out there, guess what? I got my buddy Bill, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. You call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Bing, bang, boom. Guess what just happened? I just sold your house. You'll be very excited. You'll be very, very happy. Just like I'm happy, you will have money in 5 days. You know why? Because he's guaranteed to close in 5 days. So you could be in a foreclosure. Don't let them foreclose on you. Call 901-406-1101. Have your buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Buy that bad boy. Let's say you're tired of renters. I know they can be a pain. My air conditioning says 70, but it's 74 in here. Come over and fix my AC. It's 100 degrees outside. Maybe you're tired of that. 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. And again, it's any house, any area, as is. It's simply as simple as that. Give him a call. We're coming back next. Got to say, Gabe Kuhn, top of the third. We got runners on first and seconds. We already got one run from the Cardinals. We got another run. It's 3-2. We got 5 runs. We got to get over 9 before the show is over. Don't you dare touch that dial. Hardwood is next on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Same great shows.
We welcome you back to Sports 56 Middays.
What's up? It's Sports 56 Happy Hour.
A new spot on the FM dial. Check out Sports 56 on our new FM home at 98.5.
It's finally time to get out of the house. So make sure you stop by Family Leisure with great prices on in-stock and incoming products. Keep the kids active with play gyms, in stock, ready for delivery. And by the way, installation from the pros, I always recommend that. Markdowns on remaining game room products and those beautiful massage chairs. And the hot tubs, they're going fast. Get out of the house and get to Family Leisure. Wooden Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
Golf enthusiast, looking for new golf greens? Got it. New and exciting Cypress View Golf and Recreation, just over the Mississippi River in Marion, Arkansas. Cypress View Golf and Recreation, absolutely gorgeous. Your first tee, you're looking at cypress trees a mile long in between a small lake. Give it your best shot. Feel like you're on vacation. Located just over the bridge at 303 Club Circle in Marion, Arkansas. It's the new semi-private pro golf club, Cypress View Golf and Recreation. It has a new golf pub with tons of new food items for breakfast and lunch. Choose from Philly cheesesteak sandwich, homemade fresh hand-patted burgers, and Nathan's hot dogs, flatbreads, quesadillas, summer salads, and more. Take advantage of Cypress View Golf and Recreation's new membership for unlimited golf, 7 days a week, only $199 plus tax. Call Pro Mark today at 870-739-6305 at Cypress View Golf and Recreation.
Farmers Insurance knows that when you're in the car and that song comes on, yes, that's the one, You have no choice but to pull out your imaginary drumsticks and smash those cymbals and stomp on that kick pedal, which unfortunately is the accelerator pedal. And we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent who knows a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies, we will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Fiveash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Fiveash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing is what we do. We're here for you.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome into Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio. Got a lot going on. We're about to go to Hardwood where it feels so good. I got a TikToker who's caught Ben Roethlisberger. We got to talk about Drake. Drake is not there to support a little 16-year-old kid. Drake's there to get his thing on. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get his Drake on. Drake was into Amari Bailey's mom. I said this a long time ago. I had it proved right yesterday by a news anchor who happened to be just flying over Dodger Stadium, took his lens out, and shot up closely, and then was like, hey, that's Amari's mother and Drake, and they're having dinner on the third base line. So we're going to talk about that. We got a lot of stuff to get into, but I got to remind you, my good buddy Brian Elder at Brian Elder Roofing, your Memphis roofing repair professional, commercial, residential, he's got you covered. If he says you got a warranty, I guarantee you have a warranty. He's the best commercial and residential roofing contractor in the city. There's no questions asked, warranty guaranteed. They're licensed, they're bonded, they're insured. They are the baller shot caller. Go to BrianElderRoofing.com, check them out, or just give them a call at 901-867-0303. That's 901-867-0303. If you got a branch on your house, if you got some shingles missing, don't let your house get like rained in. You don't want a little leakage. Trust me, you don't want a little leakage. Call Brian Elder again at 901-867-0303. That's 901-867-0303. Or go to BrianElderRoofing.com. Gabe, let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Looks like the whole Nets team smokes a lot of reefer, Gabe Kuhn. Do you want to know how I know this?
How do you know this?
Well, James Harden
Well,
did not
James
get
Harden,
arrested.
of course,
He didn't
yes.
get arrested.
But he was around it.
He was with Lil Bebe.
Bebe.
Lil Bebe was smoking a lot of good herb, by the way. That was 20 grams of really high grade marijuana.
Nelly Kush?
That was some Nelly Kush, brother. You know, if he's a basketball player, James Harden, he's gonna be smoking the Nelly Kush, man. Trust me on this one. But guess what?
Okay, I'll trust you.
So Lil Baby took the rap. James Harden didn't get in trouble. They're there for Fashion Week in Paris. But guess who else smokes a lot of pot for the Nets?
Kevin Durant?
Heck yeah, Kevin Durant does. He's something of an enigma. He is arguably one of the greatest basketball players ever to play the game, one of the best scorers ever. He's also got some odd quirks. He's very thin-skinned. He has a whole lot of burner accounts. He loves sliding into people's DMs. But I figured out why he does all this stuff. Because he's paranoid, because he sits around the house and smokes tons and tons of reefer. Man, I can't knock the hustle, man. just knock the hustler. You know what I'm saying? But Durant,
you call that a hustle?
I'm talking about
smoking pot's a hustle.
No, I'm talking about his his DM game,
his Twitter game.
I can't get mad at
all
him.
the burners.
Plus, he's a DM slider. He's notorious for sliding into DMs and having backup dates. Like if you got one date and it ain't working out, he's got another lady pulling up 30 minutes later. That's pretty smooth. Again, I can't knock the hustle.
Right.
I do knock the hustler because I'm jealous. But I will tell you, it has come out. Did you see that? Dan Le Batard and Stu Gatz got their little show back. Well, they revealed that Kevin Durant is one of the biggest weed smokers in the NBA. So do you think that's what makes him such a great smoker? Is that why?
How do you? Okay, listen. How do you make that claim? How do you say he's one of the biggest weed smokers in the NBA?
Because a lot of people that play with him say that he has more pot in his house just sitting around than any other guy that I know. He's got bags upon bags upon bags of weed just hanging around the crib. I would call
come on, let's be real. He's not the only one.
I didn't say he was, but he's
like,
the biggest
he's one of
star.
the biggest. But
you got to make big claims, okay?
And I saw the report that came out last week from I forget who it was, saying that he smokes a lot of pot. I don't know why we have to expose the guy. Let him do what he wants to do behind closed doors.
He did kind of expose himself with one of his tweets, by the way. He took a selfie, and right behind him was a big, giant red pill bottle full of grass. So there is also that.
Did you see the label, or did you just assume?
Dude, I zoomed in on that joint. That's a big old thing of weed, and there's a pipe next to it.
There's an assumption. You assume.
That is not an assumption. That is full of weed, brother. That ain't parsley, cilantro.
Where was the picture taken?
He took a selfie of himself in his house.
Okay.
Classic DM slider. Set a picture of himself.
You gotta pay attention better than that.
Yeah, he does got to pay a little bit of attention to that. But you know what? Speaking of weed, Patrick Mahomes came out and said that USATF, what is the USATF again?
Track and field.
Yeah, I know, but I can't remember. Thank you. That's it. Thank you. USA Track and Field Team. I was like, what is that, man? It's got to stand for something. He came out and said the fact that Sha'Carri Richardson is off the Olympic roster is ridiculous. He says she put in the work. Even though she made a mistake, like we all make mistakes, ... to not let her be at the Olympics, it's all pretty ridiculous to me. She is one of the greatest track athletes in the world right now, and the fact that she can't compete and is banned is pretty ridiculous again to me. He likes the word ridiculous. Did you notice that?
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous is what he said.
No, it's ridiculous. Did we talk about this yesterday? The guest list that's going to be at UFC 264?
Donald Trump will be there.
Yes, you'll have Donald Trump.
You're going to have
also
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox will be with Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly. And do you think Megan will bring one of her girlfriends?
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
Less famous, though.
Yeah, less famous. Let me guess. Hold on. I like guessing.
Come on, guess.
Drake will be there.
I don't know. It's
sure,
not listed on this list I have.
He
probably will be, though.
Okay, give me the more list.
Justin Bieber.
The Biebs?
Are you a believer?
Dude, I am not a believer. I just can't believe he would go and watch these types of fights.
The guy we just got done talking about, Kevin Durant, will be there.
KD will be in there blazed like a mug.
He might be wearing sunglasses.
Probably because his eyes will be so red.
Odell Beckham Jr.
OBJ.
Mel Gibson.
What?
Mel Gibson's going to make an appearance.
There's going to be a Mel Gibson appearance.
And then Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker will be there as a couple. And the one I left out was interesting.
Which one is Kourtney?
Kourtney. She's the oldest one.
The
Disick.
one that...
Disick. She was with Disick for a while.
Girl. Yeah, I remember now. Okay, now I know who you're talking about.
And you know who Travis Barker is, right?
I think he's
I was bringing this up because you always laugh. He's a drummer from Blink-182.
Yeah, dude. The fact that he's
Blink-182 rocks, man. You don't know good music. You don't
know a single Blink-182
You don't know
song.
all the small things. See, I know it. I know Blink-182.
Okay, you got.
I grew up in that time, buddy.
Well, all right, then I'm going to shut up and
then Dave Chappelle is the last one I had to mention.
Dude,
you think Dave Chappelle and Donald Trump could have a good conversation together?
I think it would absolutely be hilarious. I would give anything to listen.
I would want to hear the bit from Dave Chappelle afterwards.
Who do you think they put Donald Trump by? I mean, like, could you imagine Donald Trump, Justin Bieber?
He'll probably be there. You think Melania will be there?
I don't think she likes being around him much more.
Oh, no.
I doubt it. You think she's a big fight fan?
I don't know. I have no idea. But that's a guest list. I'll tell you that. Conor McGregor, he draws some fans, especially in Vegas, and also On the main card, there's going to be a fight between Sean O'Malley and Chris Moutinho. Sean O'Malley's a minus 1,000 favorite. Moutinho's plus 580.
Whoa.
But the interesting thing about Chris Moutinho, he's American. He's from the Northeast. But just last month, he dropped everything to work on his MMA career. He was working 80 hours a week in a paint factory just last month.
What?
Yes. So
last month?
This shows how
this
quick.
This dude's going to be hungry.
This shows how quick it can turn around. But Sean O'Malley's a good fighter. 80 hours a week just last month in a paint factory. Now he's going to be on the main card in UFC 264, probably the biggest event of the year to date.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Dude, he should be in good shape.
I'm rooting for him.
I'm rooting for him, too.
Drop about $5 on him, plus 580.
Sounds good to me. Let's drop 10. Let's go for a big
10. No,
10's
it's
too
much.
much.
Too much.
Well, you want to know what's too much?
You know, if you bet on if you bet on him, bet $10 on him, you're going to lose $10.
That's pretty true. I can believe that. Now, I got to talk about, of course, Drake. I got to talk about Roy McIlroy. But first, I wanted to tell you, do you remember when we had that story about Terrence Ross having his Lambo stolen? He had it jacked. Do you remember that?
I do remember this, yes.
Did you know that the cops have finally made an arrest?
Who got arrested?
A 16-year-old kid.
They wrecked it, right?
Dude, no.
Was this the one they wrecked? There was another one.
That was the supercar by the linebacker from the Carolina Panthers, Davis.
Yeah, Thomas Davis.
Yeah,
Jr.
Thomas Davis Jr.
They
joyrided, and they were 16 and 17.
They crashed it. It wasn't a Lambo though.
No, it was a supercharger or something. It was a special car.
It was the $200,000.
Yeah, it was pretty dope.
Of course.
But this is a Lambo, and by the way, a 16-year-old kid broke into this bad boy, stole the Lamborghini. By the way, did you know that the thing was in the Florida dealership getting work on it? So he broke into the Florida dealership, picked out Terrence Ross's Lambo, and drove off with that bad boy. Again, 16 years old. Ross, though, he was devastated to hear the news, saying that, they hope they're somewhat lenient on the kid because he is a kid. But he's just like, this is in the cops' hands right now, but dadgummit, man. He's like, what's the kid doing? What's the juvenile doing breaking into a Lambo store? That's I have to admit, he's got confidence. If we can just get him doing something positive, I mean, he can drive a car. Maybe he should go start practicing racing. I don't know. That was pretty cool. But now I got to bring this up because this is just weird. So did you see the video that came out yesterday or this morning? I didn't see it till this morning when I got up. But they're at the Scottish Open. Roy McIlroy is standing there. He's playing with Jon Rahm. All of a sudden, this very bizarre dude, kind of creepy guy, walks out of nowhere, picks up an iron, takes off his head cover, walks over to the side, looked like he's about to do a Happy Gilmore swing and hit the head cover down the fairway. But the truly bizarre part for me is Rory looked at the guy, he looked back at his caddy, he looked back at the guy, and looked back at his caddy like, is this really happening? And then kind of chuckles, and nobody says anything for 30 seconds. Finally, a guy walks out in a nice, he's in a suit, and he's like, excuse me, we need security over here. It took 1 minute and 20 seconds for security to get there. And then the dude gave him back his club, but did you notice how he tried to walk off with security, and he was like, I'm keeping the head cover, and he's like trying to put it in his pocket, and they took the head cover back and gave it to Rory. But dude, how drunk was this guy?
No, I understand not going after a guy with a club, but he only got the head cover on the first swipe. You got to push him away from. You can't let him grab your club.
If you're the caddy, you got to jack him, dude.
You're there to something.
You're there to protect the golfer.
I don't know if caddies are built for that though. Security's got to handle that.
Dude,
did they not have any security?
Security was nowhere around, brother. Nowhere around. But did you hear what Jon Rahm said? He explained after the round. He said that fan was so drunk. He definitely wasn't sober. And I think he was definitely on vodka because I could smell it from far away. He said, that guy was hitting the vodka hard rather early. He also went on to say that he didn't think it bothered him or Rory. They got a good laugh at it. And he said it kind of calmed them down. And he said they went on to have a very good round. So the drunk guy might have helped them have a good first round of the Scottish Open.
Maybe, man. Maybe. But the Cardinals last night, I have to mention this.
Ooh. Go right ahead.
So their last game against San Francisco, Tyler O'Neill did not get to play. Did you hear about why he did not get to play?
Oh, no, I missed this one.
He ate a salad in San Fran that wasn't properly labeled, and it turns out he has a severe peanut allergy. So we had to we had to stab him with an EpiPen, and he was unable to play. He had hives, swelling, bad breathing, wasn't able to eat until after the entire series. So Tyler O'Neill eats peanuts.
Tyler O'Neill, the one way to get him out of the lineup, give the man peanuts.
And by the way, he ate a salad. What kind of salad has peanuts in it?
Could have peanut oil.
What kind of salad has peanut oil in it?
I'm not a chef, brother. Ask what's his name, Guy Ferrari or whatever.
Fieri.
Yeah, whatever.
He's out there in the Bay Area too.
Yeah, go ask him, dude.
Yeah, call him up. He'll drive up and let you know.
Who's the mean kitchen guy? The Hell's Kitchen.
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay, dude. You must watch a lot of cooking shows.
I have Taylor to thank for that.
I was gonna say you also can thank your waistline.
Dude, okay, listen. This first week of July of shows, all right? You've gotten enough fat jokes off. We can stop the fat jokes for the rest of July, at least.
All right.
August, you can come back and you can get them going. Because
right.
I'll come after you next week. I'll find a joke for you.
Yeah, and I'm gaining some weight, Holmes. I'm just sitting around.
And it's
chilling.
not muscle, is it?
Nah, man. You can tell I ain't in the gym too much. Now, I got to say one thing. I called this before anybody. Do you remember Joanna Leahy? Or Joanna Leah, the Instagram model, who's also the mother of Amari Bailey. Do you remember?
Yes, I do.
She has a massive following on Instagram. And do you remember everybody was talking
She's very
about,
pretty.
She's very, very, very pretty woman. But do you remember, like, was it Michael? Like, Michael, the dude, Michael B. Williams. Man, what's Michael
B. Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan.
There you
See,
go.
I wasn't sure it was Jordan. I was thinking it's got to be somebody else. Remember Michael B. Jordan walk in. Drake walk in. LeBron James walks in. You think that level of star power is showing up to a high school basketball game just to support Bronny? Do you truly believe that? Or did I call it exactly perfect?
You did.
I said Drake and Michael B. Jordan are there to meet Amari Bailey's mother, the Instagram model. And they showed up to a few games. And guess who was flying over? So you had
Amari Bailey, by the way, can play some ball too.
He's good. He's going to UCLA, by the way. I don't know if you know that. But yeah, he's going to UCLA. But ABC Channel 7 news helicopter, nobody knows about this going on. They just happen to fly over Dodger Stadium. The man's like, what is that in the third baseline? So he puts his camera down there and they zoom in and focus. It's none other than Joanna and Drake sitting there with a beautiful white tablecloth. They have a private chef, a private bartender. They're on the third base line of the Dodger Stadium. Drake goes out so big that he rents out Dodger Stadium for a date. Is this a super baller move by Drake, or is this just a little bit excessive?
This is always what I wonder, right? Like, he has money. I think she knows that.
Yep.
But, like, and this is for the ladies out there. I want to hear this. 901-360-8255. Is it too much, or are you just impressed regardless?
Did you see what jersey he was wearing?
No. He was wearing a jersey on a date?
He was wearing a Dodgers jersey that said Joanna Leah on the back. It had her name, and it had her, like, quote, number. Like,
a little weird.
I would, if I showed up, man, I don't know, man. If the dude was wearing my name on the back of his jersey, I might be a little bit creeped out. Especially if you're doing it at the Dodger Stadium when you got the Trevor Bauer stuff flying around.
It seems absolutely excessive.
It does.
I'll say that, but I don't have that type of money, so I don't know what I can't say.
Let's
I
just
wouldn't
be real,
do the
we're
same
jealous.
thing if I had that amount of money.
I can see you written out Redbird Stadium.
Redbird Stadium. AutoZone Park.
AutoZone Park, baby. Yeah, whatever. Well, you'd be like, hey, I rented out the soccer stadium. No, it's AutoZone Park. They just share it. Now, thinking of...
My man, be real. If you were going on a date right now, $5 tickets, and you're sitting in the picnic tables in right field.
Heck yeah, I'm going on Taco Tuesdays, too. I'm getting margaritas and street tacos. I am cheap.
Tacos?
I am cheap. Except for I'm going to
What kind of tacos they give on Taco
Street
Tuesday?
tacos, my man.
No, but like chicken,
beef,
steak,
chicken,
okay.
carnitas.
How about it?
Yeah, it's really good stuff. Now, speaking of something excessive. Do you think Drake's next date will be to Dubai? Because they opened up the deepest diving swimming pool in the history of the world. It's 196 feet deep. It surpassed Poland's deepest spot of 147 feet. Not only is it the deepest pool in the world, they built an underwater city for divers to explore down there. They put an old arcade in it so you can go down in there. They put in all kinds of stuff. And not only that, they got it's like buy a hotel thing where you can go underneath and you get little portholes and you can watch people dive and look into it. Dude, have you seen pictures of Dubai lately?
I have not.
I will tell you one thing. That place is blowing up like a Christmas tree.
Has been for some time.
It has been for a while, but they got everything. They have an indoor ski slope. You can go skiing. It's 120 degrees outside.
Year round.
But you're snow skiing down this building. You can also go diving, and they keep the pool at 87 degrees Fahrenheit, so they say it's perfectly cozy. You can go down there, and they say that the diving is unlike anywhere in the world, even though it's not a natural structure. This sounds like Drake was ahead of this project, doesn't it?
No. I don't even think he has that much money.
No. It's pretty excessive. By the way, it's a oyster-shaped structure, and there's so much water that six Olympic-size pools wouldn't fill half of it. So it's pretty deep, brother. It's a lot of water. It's almost as much water as those guys who got busted stealing 5.4
So it's a man-made
million.
Wait, it's a man-made pool.
It's a man-made pool.
Like, and they're not using any help. Oh, that's crazy. 196 feet deep.
Yep. And it's got homes, arcades, a complete city for you to...
Do they give people, like, scuba diving equipment?
Oh, yeah. It's for scuba divers. I mean, it's a scuba experience.
You
so
said
like
they have an arcade at the bottom.
Yeah, like you can go down in there and remember your old days
Play
of playing an arcade.
Miss Pac-Man.
By the way, I don't even remember the games that I used to play at the arcade, but I remember going to the arcade.
Galaga.
I remember having a ton of quarters in my pockets.
Mortal Kombat.
You know what I liked? I remember what I liked. What's that thing where you skeet ball?
Okay, skee ball would not work underwater.
Skeet ball. Oh,
skee ball. Skee ball underwater would be pretty tough.
Yeah, that would be tough. That would be very difficult, I would think. By the way, I got to remind you something that's never, ever difficult, selling your house. All you have to do is have Bubba Sandifer at Emmett Baird Realty. Call him at 901-319-0747. That's 901-319-0747. That's Bubba Sandifer, Emmett Baird Realty. And if you want to find your dream home, just go to HeyBubbaRE.com. That's HeyBubbaRE.com. We'll be back in 2 shakes on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 Middays.
Lunchy munchy.
Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 98.5 and 96.1.
Is there a room in your house that never seems to cool or heat the way you think it should? Then a Mitsubishi ductless system may be a solution for you. Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. Ductless systems are relatively new to the United States, but Mitsubishi ductless systems are a proven energy saver because the system does not have any ductwork, so it can blow colder air in the summer and warmer air in the winter. Mitsubishi's inverter-driven compressors automatically adjust to your cooling or heating demands to deliver ideal comfort while only using the energy that is needed. No more, no less. Do you have a bonus room, sunroom, or master bedroom that never cools right? Maybe a new addition to your home or a garage you want heated or cooled. Now you can do it efficiently. Call Choates today at 755-4797 or visit our website at choateshvac.com to schedule your free estimate. And remember, Choates, let our family serve your family.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
I don't know. Can you just pick something and order? Yeah, but anyway, where are you at? You don't...
It only takes 2 seconds of distracted driving to become a statistic. You can lose your driving privileges, your vehicle, face jail time, or even lose or take a life. Slow down, Memphis. The life you save may be your own. Brought to you by the Memphis Police Department, Traffic Operations.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Hey, Bubba, thanks for selling my house.
Hey, Bubba, thanks for selling my house. Everybody knows Bubba.
That's me, Bubba Sandifer with Emmett Baird Realty. I'm a member of the Multi-Million Dollar Club, and I'm also in the top 10% of producing agents in the city. Call me today for a free, no-obligation market evaluation of your home. 901-319-0747.
Are you putting your house on the market? I have your hustler. Are you looking for your dream home? I have your man. Hey, Bubba, RE.com. That's HeyBubbaRE.com. Bubba Sandifer, Emmett Baird Realty.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
My friends feel it's their appointed duty. They keep trying to tell me.
Welcome back into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your good buddy Johnny Radio. I got Gabe Kuhn in the house with me. We got day baseball going on. We have over 9, by the way. Gabe, do you know the total shot up to 10.5? It's the bottom of the 4th, so that's a good 1.5 run separation. 9, I jack on 1. 10, I win them both. If it goes to 11, I would lose 1 but win 1, and it would wash it out. So you know what I'm doing? I hedged. I just took under 10.5 and over 9. Do you like the play?
Win some money.
Well, I could.
I'm all right.
I could break even, or I could pound it. Pound that Jun inside. By the way, speaking of pounding that Jun inside, do you think that the Bucks can do anything? Is pounding?
By the way, when you
inside?
ask me that and you've already locked in the bet, do you want me to say it's a bad play?
I want you to
Not
be
really.
honest. Honesty is always the best policy, Gabe.
See, you do. You say this all the time. It is not always the best policy.
True that. True that. I know exactly what you mean. By the way, did you hear about...
Most of the time, it's the best policy.
Did you hear who Jalen Lewis was?
Jalen Lewis?
Have you heard about this story?
What's the story?
He's a young kid, man. This dude he's 16 years old. He's the youngest dude to sign a pro basketball contract.
You're talking about is he the one with Overtime Elite?
Yep.
Okay, I heard about this.
That is
16 years old.
16 years old, and guess what the deal's worth? $1 million. Look, he's 6'8", he's 250 pounds, center for Bishop O'Dowd High School in Oakland, California. He's the 12th ranked overall person in the class of 2023. And yes, my man signed a contract worth $1 million. I have to say this. I ain't going to Kentucky or Memphis or Duke or Michigan or UCLA or Arizona State or anywhere in the Kansas, anywhere. I ain't going anywhere. You offer me $1 million to come play for you, guess what I'm going to do, Gabe? I'm coming to play for you.
What about NIL legislation?
Unless they're going to give me $1 million,
which is very possible in a lot of these situations.
You know what, though? Money talks, BS walks, and they went ahead and signed him at 16 years old. And when you talk about name, image, likeness, is it eventually going to go down to the high school kids? That's another thing is what is the legislation going to be like? It's interesting that you had a 16-year-old player who's still in high school get $1 million contract. I think that's pretty awesome. But I don't know how name, image, likeness is going to work for the young high school kids. And going ahead and getting an offer for right now $1 million, congratulations to Jalen Lewis, 6'8", 215 pounds. Bottom of the 4th, 3-2, Cubs over the Cardinals. Yes, I'm thinking about it a lot. Now, this weekend, you're probably going to watch a little fighting, UFC. You got McGregor, Dustin Poirier. I love taking McGregor. I think it's a mentality thing. Me and Gabe talked about it early on. Listen, Dustin has been a little cocky, but if you have read Conor McGregor's tweets, if you have seen the way he is, his mentality in the last fight in number 2 was not even close to being here. And when Conor McGregor is at his best in the cage, the octagon, he's usually a little bit bat, you know what, crazy. He really is. He usually is going in on people, going out on people, going crazy on people. And I don't know if anybody's ever gone full ham like my man Conor McGregor did. Dustin Poirier has got to be a little bit freaked out.
I'll say this.
Tweets.
I don't think there's going to be any handshaking after this fight. The trash talk has gotten very, very deep about Poirier's wife. And
please go to Johnny_radio and just read Conor, because I can't really mention this on air because I don't know how to.
I want to bring it up really bad. I want to tell our listeners what he actually said, but no, don't even try. Just don't. No, don't. Just don't do it.
All right. I feel like life is handing me lemons.
Go to
Johnny
_radio and you can figure it out for yourself.
I do feel like life is handing me lemons, but it is a Friday. National Pina Colada Day is tomorrow. Celebrate really hard. Watch a little basketball. Yep, that's right. It won't be until the 11th that we get to see a little basketball action. Gabe, can you wait till the 11th, or do you even care to even see any more? Got to wait till Sunday, my friend.
I can wait.
You can wait till Sunday. Suns Bucks on Sunday, 7 o'clock Central Time from Milwaukee. Right now, Milwaukee's a 4-point favorite. I feel like I have to bet on the Suns. There is no way. Giannis going 42-12, and they still get beat by double digits. I'm taking the dead gum Suns big time. Baseball all weekend, UFC fights. But again, when life hands you lemons, make a lemon drop with Tito's Handmade Vodka.